That's the chief's. That's the chief's. I didn't ask one.
Here. Mr. Mayor, a short while ago, at a meeting, you asked for a new ordinance, and we questioned it, and the reasoning for it, you assured us it was to be put on the books just in case. Less than a week later, you posted the agenda and had that on there for an appointment. You've been working on dispatch since November with one particular group, and then you had 3 groups in here a week ago. Again, saying it's you're going to decide which one is the best. To us, it was all lies. In talking with one of the 3 dispatchers, they were notified the week before about the proposal. The one that you picked had been working on a proposal since November. This was an attempt to pacify the residents, and in doing so, you inconvenienced 2 dispatch services, Linwood and Butts, who weren't even in the equation. We asked about the contract for the new the village manager, or whatever you want to call him. We asked about that. We asked about the contract and some of the things in the contract. It's my understanding that the trustees did not get a copy of the contract. The trustees weren't talked to about the dispatch service until tonight at your closed session. This is supposed to be transparency and being honest with the people. You have disappointed the residents, Mr. Mayor. You have suddenly taken away any confidence that we've had or any trust. And what's even more disturbing is the trustees that are going along with it without asking questions, without letting the villagers know that we put you in there and we don't like what's being done. This is a done deal. We knew it before we walked in here tonight. We have to accept that. There's nothing we can do about it. But we want you to know you have really, really brought this town down to its knees. And you did it all by yourself.
the board has been aware of what's been going on. We did have 3 presentations last week. We opened it up to the board. It's all about the best, what's the best price, what's the best presentation. It's up to the board. Tonight is it's on the agenda to approval. So again, when it comes to the dispatch center, it was a financial decision that that cost this village. And again, I would encourage residents to reach out and talk to the governor. Put the information out there for residents to contact the governor. Sauk Village is going to lose approximately almost $1 million this year in state revenue because of LBGF. Those are funds that was coming, that the governor's cutting because of grants that the governor has froze, that now we have to make payments on. And I've been voting for this board for over a year now, asking for cost savings initiatives. I've even reached out to the residents for cost savings initiatives, and we reached out to the dispatch center prior to even bringing it publicly. We negotiated in good faith with our dispatch center to see if they could either meet or beat the cost savings. In the long run, it's about, if you look at the cost, it's about $300,000 the first year. Comes out to be approximately $1.5 million within 5 years, and it's over $3 million, in 10 years. So, we're facing some difficult decisions, and it was a very difficult decision, but in the long run, we'll find out tonight that we were able to come up with a tentative agreement with our dispatchers. And the important thing is making sure that that we try to help them look for jobs and make sure we have some type of severance package for them. And then we'll find out tonight as we go on what we're going to do. So, anyone else?
Mary Clark, I'd like to know if it is in fact that dispatchers will be dismissed by the end of the week. And also, I'd like to know if that is the case, when was the vote taken by the board?
I'll tell you that we're looking for orderly transition on April the 30th, and at midnight, the bargaining unit jobs will be over. At the same time, we're working with whoever gets the dispatch or dispatch center to see if we can get jobs for our employees working for whoever gets it. So, but the bargaining unit will end as of midnight. It's not called April 30th at midnight. It's not called May 1st. 12:01 is May 1st. All right, any other questions?
When was the vote taken on that then?
Is there a vote tonight? So, any other questions? If you have any questions, for the mic.
Janet Clerk, how can we take a vote on something that is already decided on after the fact? That's the only question, Mr. Mayor.
When you look at the cost savings, you have to, there's different steps you have to take. We work with the union, and tonight we have on the agenda to vote. So the board
The thing is, it's already taken care of. You have taken it under your guidance, let me put it that way, and decided that you and Mr. Nolan or Reyes, and possibly the attorney, that we don't need our own dispatchers. We need it from the outside, so let's get everything together and pull some other dispatching groups and put on a little horse and pony show here last week, and have them come out and give a display to whoever was in the audience. And then tonight we'll vote on what we already put in place. To me, that's wrong.
Again, that's your opinion, and go to the next. Anyone else? All right, move to reports from officers. The mayor's report. First thing we have is a bid opening. First one's from Deconstruction, general contractors out of Broadway, Coast City, Illinois. Okay. We've got the bids proposal for making the entire improvements. It is $466,320.55. It's $466,320.55, and it's from D Construction. The letter D, Construction 8, out of Coast City, Illinois. This one's from K5 Construction out of Lamont, Illinois. The entire improvements are $495,555.55. It's $495,555.55. Again, that is K5 Construction. Next one is Gallagher Asphalt out of Thornton, Illinois. Tire improvements are $440,590.20. And that's $440,590.20. Next one is from Airplace Paving Corporation out of Wasika. Tire improvements are $457,269.90. $457,269.90. And that's Airports. This is from GA Paving LLC from Bellwood, Illinois. GA Paving LLC. Yeah, what we'll do is, there's no total price on here, there's just a bunch of prices for everything itemized. So I'll pass this off to the village engineer. Village engineer can provide the total cost, and provide the board with the breakdown. Can you get some report from this meeting? Anyone else? All righty. The other thing we have is the collector's report for the month of March. We have property taxes at $2,527,437.32. Other taxes of $236,425.82. Licenses and permits for $6,237. Fees and services for $252,249.08. Grants for $1,002.34. Transfers of $1,563,380.98, and miscellaneous of $85,776.56, for a total revenue of $4,672,509.10. And I forgot one, so let me go back. I got February's here also. So that was for the month of March. We'll go backwards to February. Property taxes was $807,819.55. Other taxes, $147,072.42. Licenses and permits, $4,463. Fees and services of $228,899.32. Grants of $18,298.73. Transfers of $441,642.35, and miscellaneous of $224,314.03. Gives total revenue during the month of February of $1,872,509.40. That's March and February. If you look, please make sure that the trustees have a copy in their box. All right. Thank you. Go to village clerk, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There still is a list of addresses of your state representatives in your governor on the back table. Everybody is requested to write a letter to your legislators regarding the cuts that are going to be made in our budget if we don't rattle some cages and make some noise. I received 2 letters today that we'll be taking to hand delivered to Springfield tomorrow. If there are others in the audience, please, we'll be happy to deliver them tomorrow. The mayor and I will be going to Springfield, along with, I believe, Trustee Morgan is also going. But you can write a letter to these representatives on your own. And also, Strasburg School is requesting to do a tour of our buildings and facilities. I think they've reached out to the fire department already, and they want to tour the police department and the village hall. They're looking at May 21st and May 26th. I'm working on trying to set up if that's feasible with those departments. So if you guys can let me know, I believe the fire department, they're looking at the 21st and the police department the 26th. If those dates are good for you, please email me and let me know so I can continue with the teacher at Strasburg. And finally, a public notice has been posted since last Friday regarding the budget hearing that we will be having here on May 5th at 6 p.m. The hearing will take place on May 5th at 6 p.m. Action should be taken at that same meeting to approve the budget. And village stickers do go on sale on May 1st. If anybody has any questions about that, the village stickers will go on sale May 1st. And this year we do have the sticker that was designed by a 7th grader from Rickover, Nina S.Q. King. So we encourage everybody to please get your village stickers, and thank you to Nina for the beautiful drawing that she put on our village stickers. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's all I have.
All right, we can go to village attorney. Yeah.
Did you say that we voted on next fifth? The budget.
After the budget hearing, it will probably appear on the agenda for action to be taken. That's what's been done in the
Action
past.
be taken that day or next week?
If that's what the board chooses. Normally after the hearing, unless there's some situations why it won't be voted on, obviously this is a direction the board may take. I'm not saying for sure that it will. I'm just letting the people know that there is a budget hearing on May 5th. action may be taken to approve the budget at that meeting. I can't forecast what the board's wishes will be at that time. I'm just letting people know it's a possibility.
So we'll move to,
I need the contact name for Strasburg.
I think it was Miss Hayes, let me see. Well, actually, she was working with me, if you could just kind of like contact me and let me know what your availability is, unless you'd rather I just have her call you. Because nothing's
If you
confirmed.
can give me how many students, that would help.
It's 150 students, they're gonna try to do it at 75. I told them 150 was entirely too many at one time for either of those departments. They're trying to do it in one day, and then I thought maybe we should try to do it in 2 different days. I realize that's a lot. Student Government Day, we usually do 20, and that's very complicated at some point, but that's why I'm asking you now to try to prepare for that. Maybe we have to do more than one
Is it a
day.
whole day event, or?
No, they're gonna start at 9:30 in the morning, they're gonna conclude around 12:30. And again, we're gonna break it down. They wanted to do it all in one day, and I told them that probably wasn't feasible. They're gonna be walking from Strasburg to the police department and to the fire department. And so that's why we decided 2 days might be better, but at this point, I'm thinking it may even have to be more than that. So if you'd like to call me, we can go over it, because I don't have her name with me, but I do know that I told her I would get back to her. Thank you.
all right, the village attorney, Attorney McGrath.
Thank you for your report.
The village engineer, Mr. Jim Zernick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just totaled the unit prices for GA paving and came up with the following bid total: $452,827.80. That's $452,827.80. And in addition, just to give you an update on the water treatment plant project, Water Treatment Plant 1, which is wells 1 and 2. The base piping in the filter building is being finished up. Once finished, the filters and strippers will be tested and brought online once the IEP signs off on the operating permit. There's some minor electrical work to be finished. The generator is installed and load tested. The generator will run everything now if there is power outage. The filter building roof and the new skylights have been installed, as well as the new skylights on the well house building. All interior painting in both buildings is complete, and the sub-base for the driveway and the parking lot on the back side of the site is installed, and the new pavement will be installed this month. And just so you know, the completion deadline for the project is the end of this month, and they are on target to meet that, so everything's looking very good. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Move to reports of trustees and board committees, Parks and Recreation Committee, Trustee Poskett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd just like to report that Public Works has concluded painting the inside of the community center and has started part of the gym, but that's been put on suspension for a while until they get some more inside work time. We have the new stove, the new microwave has been installed, it is up and working, and our next meeting will be May 7th at 6 o'clock at Community Center. And that is my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee. Beautification Committee. I hear the Beautification Committee Associated Community Clean Sweep, May 16th and 18th, 2015, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. behind the Village Hall. We will be targeting public buildings and village access roadways for the anti-litter attack. 2015 Hootsie Awards have been ordered and are in, and the Beautification Committee will be judging homes and businesses in July. And awards will be presented in August. This year, the committee is planning on giving out 125 awards. Focus at the beginning of spring was to unclutter the landscaping at the police department. Big thank you to the Public Works Department in helping complete this project. The committee meetings are held on the third Wednesday of the month. The next meeting will be May 20th at 7 p.m. at the Village Hall. The other thing too is the Beautification Committee is sending out thank you notes to our businesses that are cleaning up. So I think there's been 2 businesses. Marathon did a cleanup and Hometown Bureau did a cleanup. So we'll be keeping an eye on businesses and sending out thank you notes to them. So that is the report. Move to Orders Review Committee, Trustee Myers.
No report, please.
With the Intergovernmental Relations Committee, Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mayor. Intergovernmental will meet the first Thursday of the May 7th, here at Village Hall at 7 o'clock. That's all that I have.
Thank you, Trustee. Move the Neighborhood Watch Committee, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to make an announcement tonight that we are ending two of our campaigns. One, no bullying, and the other one, no texting while driving. We're going to try to conclude those campaigns at the end of the school year by June. We've been talking to the superintendents in regard to getting those final pledges that students have filled out with the no bullying campaign, as well as the no texting by driving on the streets in Sauk Village, by not only the school board, but also library personnel and just residents of Sauk Village. We are, of course, continuing our Out of the Neighborhood campaign, where we encourage all of the residents to turn on your front and your back porch lights every night. We are also looking for new block club captains, with school coming to an end in approximately 30 days. We're going to have a lot of activity on the streets. School will be out. So therefore, we're looking for new block club captains. I'm also excited to announce tonight that we are in the beginning stages of our Junior Neighborhood Watch committee. Our committee is meeting with some of the officials of the school board. We're going to have the Junior Neighborhood Watch over the summer months to give our youth something to do, as well as to help them take part in the community. So if you know any young people on your block that's particularly in middle school or high school, you can let them know that we have our next Neighborhood Watch meeting on the second Monday in May, which is going to be May the 11th, and they can come to that meeting and they can get signed up, and we'll let them know what the criteria to help with that program will be for the summer. Also, at our meeting in May, Deputy Chief, are we still on for the concealed carry?
That was the 20,
May the 11th?
I'm sorry, May.
I have a lot of residents that have already called me. They are very excited about that. They want to come.
You gave me a head count of about 15, has it increased?
Yeah.
Now, just make sure you give me the correct head count, because there's handouts.
Is there a cost that night?
I'm sorry?
Is there a cost?
No.
Okay. Because they think it's a concealed carry class, there's going to be a cost
It's
involved.
not, no, it's not a concealed carry class.
It's just information about it.
It was to answer, you said that they had some questions about when you needed a letter from the chief, when you didn't, in regards to some of the law. But it is not, I am not a certified instructor.
Okay. We'll take that for now.
Thank you.
So if you want to know about concealed carry, make sure that you come to our neighborhood watch meeting on May the 11th so that you can get more information about it. And we'll let you know more about the upcoming class, and that date is pending. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, what we're doing at this point, Trustee Burgess, we are formulating some kind of criteria to give the youth something to do at that regular meeting that we have at 7 o'clock. All of that's going to happen during the meeting. If you know anybody that wants to be a part of the Junior Neighborhood Watch, or if you want to get some information to people that may know, just send them to our meeting, and they're going to let them know what they're going to be doing.
That's what I'm asking you. Are you talking about the set of the class over 6th, 7th, 8th graders
Yes,
at 7 o'clock?
in high school.
At 7 o'clock?
They'll be there with their parents, yes.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Yes. You don't want them to come to the home.
No,
Thank you.
Public Relations and Community Outreach Partnership Committees, Trustee Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to announce that Student Government Day was our last board meeting, and it was a great success. The children were great, and thank you to all of our employees and our volunteers who helped us make that day happen. Thank you to our sponsors as well. And this being the 40th anniversary, we are very excited to host a dinner for the first time since 2009. And it is with great sadness that I have to report that the dinner has been canceled due to lack of participation. We had less than half of our department heads and our elected officials RSVP as to whether or not they were coming, and we only had 3 students RSVP that they would be attending. So we didn't have the numbers to give the caterer, and we had to have a certain amount of people there. So it's really unfortunate that had to happen. Each of the students did receive 2 complimentary tickets, but Mrs. O'Hare, who was the teacher, the 8th grade English teacher, was very instrumental in helping us. She actually helped by calling all the parents and really kind of encouraging, and they just said the cost was a factor, so they were not going to be coming. So we hope that maybe next year we are going to keep the money. We're going to save it for Student Government Day. We're hoping that maybe next year we can have a 41st celebration dinner, and maybe we can have some more participation. But thank you again with everybody who did help and everybody who did come out. The meeting ran very smoothly, they were very happy, and we had a good bunch of kids. So thank you very, very much. And for the community outreach partnership, I have no report.
Thank you, trustee. Move to report to departments, committees, and commissions, fire department, 911 commission, chief Stockbridge.
Thank you, Mayor, for a short report. Over the past 5 weeks, fire department responded to 41 calls. 9 vehicle accidents, 8 fire alarms, 6 medical assists, 2 stove fires, a vehicle fire, 5 brush fires, light pole, child lock in the car, and assist with 3 other agencies.
Thank you, chief. Move to police department, deputy chief Silverberg.
Thank you. I went back to April 14th to April 28th. Our police department assisted with all their car calls. And in addition to that, we had 722 calls for service. Out of those calls, 5 juveniles were arrested, ultimately released to their parents. 11 adults were transferred to the adult detention facilities. 17 adults were bonded out. 61 traffic tickets issued. 25 warning tickets issued. We held a prostitution sting, which resulted in the arrest of 7 alleged prostitutes. 5 cars stowed and 1 felony heroin arrest. We have 2 profile cases right now. We have an arson case that we're working with the state fire marshal and fire department for an abandoned house on Peterson. And we also have a aggravated battery to an infant case that we're currently working on. We also are working in coalition with the gang task force, which involves municipalities, Sauk Village, University Park, Cook County, Chicago Heights, and other local agencies. We're working at the combined task force will be out for the next several weeks. It gives us approximately 6 additional cars to hit a saturated patrol in some of our high targeted areas. On one of these evenings, they were able to retrieve 2 loaded handguns and 60 grams of cannabis resulting from a traffic stop. I want to take this time for the beautification committee to say thank you. Absolutely amazing job with the police department, and it's very much appreciated. That concludes the report.
Thank you. Move to finance director, Mr. Rowe.
The Mayor and the board. As of March 15th, I have reported to the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity 2 contracts that were awarded in the amount of $25,000 and $50,000. The contract is not ended yet. It's going to end as of next year, June 30th. So this is the intermittent report. This is the second report I have submitted. And we have billed TIF administrative costs in the amount of $250,000. We have not even all the administrative fee from Amalgamated Bank that was deposited into First Midwest Bank General Fund account. The third one is the current year, the audit for 2014 and 15 is going to start pretty soon. The auditors will be here in the first or second week of May to start with. Hopefully that should be completed as soon as possible before the deadline of the state comptrollers, that is 6 months. Hopefully all the reporting will be completed by the end of 6 months. That ends my report.
Thank you. Move to Sauk Village Homeland Security Agency, Director Art Johnson.
Mayor and board. In the 5-week span, this is a responded to 47 calls, 7 vehicle accidents, 8 fire alarms, 15 school patrols, 3 CO alarms, 2 stove fires, 5 brush fires, 2 assist other agencies, 1 child lock in the vehicle, 1 micro on fire, 1 disabled vehicle, 1 shed fire, and 1 car fire. And I'd also like to announce that the Cook County Hazard Mitigation Plan, this is that we submitted. They approved us and adopted it. So we're good from September 26th of 2014. It expires September 26th, 2019 when we have to go through our cycle again. And that gives us any opportunity for hazardous mitigation grants, the full complement of funding available. And that concludes my report, sir.
Thank you, sir. Go to Human Relations Commission, Commissioner Shafis. Passes it to Commissioner Williams.
Is there a mic over there?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On April 23rd, the Human Relations met at First Baptist Church in University Park. And we were there with some more people from all over Illinois, where we met and had a good time. We discussed race, diversity, identity, and things like that. And we also told them that if we could possibly do the same thing here, 2016, April 23rd. We also was looking for new members to join the committee, but there's one thing we're trying to do this time. Is we want to bring the village together in July. We're planning to have a potluck dinner over at the community, at the senior center, and we invited everybody here to come and participate in this. We're trying to do things to get people to understand that human relations is a group of people that get together to try to work, and if you have problems, you can come to us and we'll come to you. And that's what we're all about. So thank you very much.
At this time, I also have a motion to approve the Human Relations Commission appointment. I have Ms. Tanya West. Ask for a motion to approve. Motion is second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, vote short, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams. Yes.
Motion carries. I ask Ms. West if you would please step forward.
Human Relations Commissioner in the Village of Sauk Village in the County of Cook and Will aforesaid, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office of Human Relations Commission according to the best of my ability.
As we say, today we're sworn in, tomorrow you'll be sworn in. So. Okay, to refresh my memory, that brings us back up to full count in the Human Relations Commission. Great. Thank you very much. All right, move to Housing Commission and Commissioner Gary Holcomb.
The Housing Commission will meet this Thursday at 7 p.m. here in Village Hall.
Commissioner. Move to item number 6, consent agenda. Does anyone have any?
Actually, I have a report from Bill Rice.
Oh, you? I didn't see him, so I didn't mark it up. Let's go to Senior Committee. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I just wanted to
Senior Committee, and we'll pass off to the village clerk for chairperson's legislative report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Reminder to sign up for the Monday, May 11th movie Ghostbuster, American Cancer Speaker at 11:30 a.m., blood pressure screening, pizza party lunch at 12 p.m., with movie at 12:30 at the McConaughey Public Library. Call 757-4771. Lunch is provided by the library. President Obama signed a mandate for Medicare to use an ID number instead of a Social Security number within the next 4 years. The cost for the change will be $320 million. I hope that's blood pressure screening Monday, May 4th, 1 to 2 p.m. in the Senior Center office. Silver Sneaker continues every Tuesday morning. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, that ends my report.
Thank you very much. I'll pass that also. All right, consent agenda, does anyone have anything they'd like to have removed? Hearing none, that's a motion to approve the consent agenda as is. And motion, is there a second? Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Motion carries. Move to item number 7, new business. A, motion to approve accounts payable and disbursements for April 15, 2015 through April 28, 2015. Is there a motion to approve? A motion, is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Question.
Trustee Burgess.
Yes, Mohan, usually you give us a balance of where we're at right now. You didn't get one this time. I'm looking at, you're paying all of the immediate things, you pay the credit card. Do we have money for that, or is that completing our?
We do have money. I apologize. It's my mistake. I did not do the report on time. We do have the money, enough money to pay all this. I'm setting aside some of the money for the upcoming payroll on May 1st.
Okay.
Some of it is my
And then that's
mistake. I did not report it.
the bottom, the last entry on the first page, credit card payment, you have $32.98. I added the two that you have here. Okay, now I'm saying, I didn't see the third.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I didn't see the last page, I didn't see there was something on the back of that page. I apologize, I was gonna ask you about the math, but I see now that it's on the very last page. That's all.
Anything else? Got a motion and a second. Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. I have a motion to approve committee meeting minutes for March 3rd, 2015. Is there a motion to approve? A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
All right, we got a motion to approve and release executive session minutes for March 3rd, 2015. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Here. Committee meeting, March 3rd. This is the executive session.
Okay, what was the one that was just voted out before that?
Committee meeting.
Okay, now that's already been done, I will go to the executive session minutes in March. Okay, I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
Got a motion and a second. No questions or comments. No clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Williams.
Motion carries. Motion to release executive session minutes for January 7th, 2015.
I didn't hear the vote,
Yes.
that's why I'm asking, that's because he asked me a question while the vote was being taken. I just want to make sure that I heard a motion in a second on both March 3rd committee and March 3rd executive session. He asked me a question while it was happening, so I just want to make sure. So sorry, Trustee Washington, do you? Yes. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Motion to release executive session minutes for January 7th, 2015. Is there a motion to approve? Yeah, motion, is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Same.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Motion carries. Motion to release executive session minutes for January 27th, 2015. Is there a motion to approve? Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers. Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Motion carries. Motion to release executive session minutes for February 3rd, 2015. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers. Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Motion carries. Motion to release executive session minutes for February 17th, 2015. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Clausen?
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries. Motion to approve termination of agreement with the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council and the Village of Sauk Village Telecommunicators and agree to a tentative agreement for the affected employees. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
That motion, is there a second?
Second.
That motion is second. Any questions or comments?
Questions?
Trustee?
When did the negotiate, I'm gonna ask these questions, either you or the attorney can answer them. There's 5 of them that I think need to be stated for clarification, and I have not been stated. When did the negotiations begin with the TCOs? I don't need an exact date.
First communications were the last 2 months.
All right. Did they have union representation at all meetings?
Yes.
When were the TCOs asked to give a proposal to cut the money and to meet or beat a proposed number?
First meeting.
First meeting, which happened 3 months ago.
No, first communication or scheduling.
Oh, okay. So the first meeting would have been,
Was back in the last 2 months.
that's 2 months, okay. When were we notified that the union could not meet, could not lower their budget? When were, not the board, but when were the people who were involved in negotiation? When did you receive information that they could not come to this number?
By the second meeting,
Which
the field
one?
representative, they would have been, Jennifer, for you, always a month ago,
Okay.
said that they could not reduce the labor cost that we needed to meet the savings. And that didn't count the equipment upgrade that's mandated based on the testing federal mandate, and also that your equipment is outdated. It's not even close to being paid for. And within the next 2 years, you're going to need a completely new system for anywhere from $1.5 to $2 million.
All right, so the initial negotiations, because our normal contract year ends April 30th. So the initial negotiations began around 3 months ago. Your first meeting you said was around 2 months ago. There was union representation at all meetings that you had. The TCOs were asked to give a proposal to cut to a certain number, and we were notified at the second meeting that they could not do that. And then when did the attorneys who conduct all of our union negotiations, always have conducted our union negotiations, when did the attorneys initiate to not renew the contract? When did that letter go out?
And what, the date of the letter giving notice?
Yes.
Pursuant to the stand,
Yes.
pursuant to the collective bargaining agreement?
Yes.
That the contract was going to be terminated? You all have a copy of it.
I want to say it's
April 13th.
the 13th, okay. So 3 months before the contract was to either be terminated or renewed, we began reaching out. 2 months after that, or a month after that, we actually set up a meeting, discussed the need to cut the number due to budget concerns. The union had time to kind of look at that, come back with a number that didn't happen. They said they couldn't lower their costs, and then per the contract, it was agreed by both sides to terminate the contract and to not renew.
The last proposal we got from the union was a wage freeze, which cannot constitute any type of reduction.
Can't hear you.
The last proposal we got from the union was a wage freeze. We did not get any type of cost savings initiative or cost savings from the union. And which, based on the executive session minutes that you just approved, all this information has been discussed thoroughly with every member of the board in executive session. All the financials have been exchanged. Everyone was in agreement to go this route.
I don't deny that. I think that one of the residents asked a question that I think that these questions were probably more geared to what she wanted to know. And the way she answered the questions, she got an answer that did not answer these questions. So I just wanted to make it clear, because we haven't set it out here, that this is something that the board has discussed, that this is something that has been reviewed, that this is something that has gone back and forth in a contract negotiation as per all other contract negotiations. And when it was brought to the table that the union could not meet a certain price, then it was brought to the board and it was discussed to take action. I've heard that these statements are not true. I've heard that these things haven't happened. So I wanted to have it said in an open board meeting by our council and have any trustee up here dispute it, because it's been out there that these things haven't happened. And if they are wrong, if there's anybody who can say as part of the TCO union that none of these things happened, I would urge them to contact the board as soon as possible, as I've stated before, because we're hearing different sides. So that's why it needs to be said out of the open board meeting, and I think that everything needs to be said out of the open board meeting. So if anybody thinks that didn't happen, it needs to be brought up, because I've got questions. And based on what I've been told, all of these things have happened, the letter went out, everybody was notified. So based on that.
Also, just to address what one of the residents asked about, there has been nothing entered into, no written agreement with any outside dispatch center. That's why that's been discussed. The board was invited to view all of their locations. Board members have been looking at their proposals, their locations over the last 6 weeks. That's also been discussed. And they came in last Tuesday, not as a ruse or a show, but to make a genuine proposal, to give information to the board and the residents. And I think all three should be commended on their presentations. But to reiterate, there's no written agreement, there's been nothing signed. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Burgess.
No.
Warner.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Hoskin.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams. Yes.
As for a motion to approve the contract with dispatch center by dispatch service to the village of Sauk Village.
I make a motion that we go with Kurt's Dispatch Center for our new dispatch center.
We have a motion on the floor for Kurtz, is there a second? There's a second. All right, so I ask for a motion to approve a contract with the dispatch center to provide dispatch service to the village of Sauk Village.
I'm sorry, you said what now?
I didn't.
No, that's what I'm asking. What are you asking for?
A motion to approve a contract with the dispatch center to provide dispatch service to the village of Sauk Village.
Okay, can we go, I move that we accept the contract from Central.
A motion on the floor for Central. Is there a second? All right, motion dies. Ask for a motion to go into executive session. And a motion for a second.
To clarify, you have a motion on the floor to move item 8 of the agenda up. To call for executive session? Is that what you're asking for?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Mayor, what heading? What heading?
There's a motion, is there a second?
And Myers, did you second it, trustee Myers, did you second it to go into executive session?
Yes. I thought I heard you say yes. All right, questions or comments?
I just want to know what heading are we going into executive
Discussion of
session?
personnel matters, update pending litigation, collective bargaining matters, real estate, employment, and compensation.
I'm asking you, which, is this going to be personnel?
Talking, I got discussion of personnel matters, update pending litigation, collective bargaining matters, real estate, employment, compensation. We got a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
I still ask the question, I know you named 5, I'm asking you, what is this pertaining to? Is this pertaining to what? Is it pertaining to personnel? Because it's not real estate, that's what I'm asking. And the lawyer's here, I'm asking, what is this heading going to be executive session for? Because I know what you said. I know what you, I'm asking the lawyer, because if it's not, then we can discuss it out here, that's what I'm asking.
Personnel is mentioned. Personnel.
That's all I
Can we
ask.
just say, it's personnel.
Okay.
There's multiple things that are on the heading, and I totally understand that, but the trustee is asking which item we're talking about. This is involving personnel. We don't have time to play these games. This contract ends as of midnight on Thursday. So if we need to go back and have a discussion, which we already had, that's totally fine. There's a motion, there's a second, let's vote. It's personnel. There's a motion, there's a second, can we please call for a vote?
Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Under personnel, yes.
Morton.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
No.
Morton.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
All right, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor,
Trustee.
I just wanted to make an observation. I just want to wait till after it was taken care of. But I still believe we go out for bid and we ask for just research and we ask our village engineer, who's an expert of doing the work for the village as an engineer, to look over the bids and make sure that the bids are, first of all, conducive to what we need. And use his professional opinion to render a verdict to us and give us back a recommendation, because that's what we hired him for. We went out to bid for a dispatch center, and not one of our police, firemen, or anyone that's going to be using the dispatchers were invited to any of the open houses or given input to this village to let them know that what they'll be working with, and to ask questions at either one of those open houses that we went to, because I'm not qualified, and I don't know if anyone here on this board is qualified to do the logistics of the dispatch center. And that was one of the reasons why I thought we should have waited until we get our expert. We're paying our police chief, our fire chief, and ESDA, who uses this dispatch, we're paying them money. For them not to be able to be involved, at least to give us some type of heads up or professional opinion, I thought that it wasn't right. But we went ahead. Yes, I know that we had to go and get rid of the dispatchers because of finance. I've always been involved in making sure that we spend the money wisely. But we have people that we have here employed that are professionals, and I think we should use their opinion also, and their opinion should have been included in the determination of which center we go.
All right, thank you, trustee. Move to item number J, motion to approve an amendment to the employment contract to J.W. Fairman. Is there a motion to approve? Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
Question again.
Trustee Burgess.
As I stated before, you said that you read it off as an amendment. And I told you, we discussed this, and it may sound redundant. An amendment means that there was an agreement made. There was never a voted on agreement made for his compensation. There was an agreement made, and the board voted on the appointment by yourself for this gentleman as village administrator / public officer. but it was never, his contract, money-wise, was never agreed upon with this board's approval. So to say amendment, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. McGrath, to say an amendment means that it was voted on, and it was never voted on. Because I've always stated, I wanted to see the money, and I even asked you at the last meeting, where the department heads were aware that they were paying X amount of money coming out of their budget for personnel toward this particular position, and you stated no.
Right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Burgess.
No.
Gordon.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Motion carries. As for the table, the boundary agreement with Creek, also a motion to table. A motion, a second, any questions or comments? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon. Yes. Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
All right, motion carries. Move down to miscellaneous comments from the Mayor Board of Trustees. Trustee Williams. Trustee Burns. Trustee Moore. Trustee Johnson. Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
First of all, I just want to congratulate Ms. Tanya West, is she still here? On your, yes, she is, there she is, so people know what you're doing. I want to congratulate you, Ms. West, on your appointment tonight by the mayor to the Human Relations Commission as a commissioner on the Human Relations Commission, and I see some more commissioners in the audience. You want to raise your hand, all the commissioners that are here. 1, 2, 3. We welcome you to our commission, and if you don't know, we meet the first Monday of every month right here at the Village Hall at 7 o'clock. Human Relations Commission is a great commission to be on, and welcome. Also, I just want to remind everybody about our Junior Neighborhood Watch Committee. If you know any young people on your block that's in junior high or high school that you think would be good for our Junior Neighborhood Watch, remind them about our meeting the second Monday in May. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to read a letter that was in all of the trustees' boxes today, but it's dated April 20th, and it's not signed, but it has a sincerely yours, Illinois FOP, which is Criminal Police Lodge number 234. It says to the residents of Sauk Village, the Honorable Mayor David Hanks.
Trustee Burgess, I don't want to interrupt, but I would recommend that it not be stated based upon what we talked about in executive session and threatened or pending litigation.
All due respect, Mr. Attorney, if they didn't want it to be, why would they put it in everybody's box? All the trustees received a copy.
Trustees, you know, as we talked about, we don't even know who put it there, we don't know who actually issued it, and that coupled with some other items that we talked about. My recommendation, and this is a recommendation from the village attorney, for you not to read that based upon threatening pending litigation.
This is, okay, I did read this letter myself before when I got it, and it's basically a vote of no confidence. And I think the departments or the employees have the right to do that. And if they feel that they're not being adhered to, or that they feel that they're being put out there on Front Street with no representation, I would think that they would need, I would think that the people of the village would need to know that. I mean, this is something that, this is the people of the village. Now, for not, why would they, if they wanted to, if you thought that they should not give it to us, then somebody should have said something at the beginning. But for me not to read this means, and I got this, means that I'm holding back information that I think the village residents who put us in here should know. There's nothing here threatening. It's just basically a statement that they're making about this board and about this village administration. And, I'm sorry that it happened, but it did happen. And the reason why I'm saying that you said we shouldn't, this was done 3-4 years ago when Lewis Towers was mayor. And it was read at that time, a vote of no confidence, at that time from the police department. And there was nothing said at that time that we shouldn't read that letter, and it was read at the village board meeting. I'm sure Trustee Williams was there.
I was there also, you were there.
Right.
That vote of no confidence, as we discussed, was signed by individuals this is an unsigned letter reported from the FOP based upon the other information that I advised you. Again, that's my advice. You don't have to follow it, but if you jeopardize the village's legal position, that will have to come out at a later date, is all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll tell you what I will do. Since you think it's illegal, because I don't see it being illegal. I don't see that, but, okay, we pay you just like we pay everyone else for our legal advice. I'll adhere to your legal advice, but I will tell you this, I will read it at my town hall meeting, and if anyone wants to stay after, they can come and look at the letter. Since you say that doing an open board meeting is illegal, I don't see the difference in, no, but you said no one signed it, someone did. It is from the FOP, but just like you said, it's not signed, but it is typed out from the Illinois Department of Police. So I will.
I would just like to say that I can understand Trustee Burgess's frustration, and since he wants the residents to have the letter, I just want you to rest assured, because the residents have the letter. I'm looking at them reading it, so you don't need to read it because it's already been given to them. And the very first title on there says to Mayor, Board of Trustees, and residents. Yep. So whoever wrote it, if it wasn't the FOP should probably look into who's creating your mail, because if you didn't sign it and it's not something you wanted, you should look into that because somebody is copying you. You should definitely look at identity theft because somebody's writing a letter saying that they're from you. Every other vote of no confidence we've had has been signed. This one hasn't. So if somebody's out there acting like they're part of the FOP, you should probably look into that, because if somebody was citing things on my name, I'd look into it. But Trustee Burgess, rest assured, they already have it. They already had it. It's already on Facebook. You don't need to be the voice people.
Okay, well, what I will do is this, and I'm going to tell the residents, I myself would find out from the FOP, large number 234.
Right there.
Oh, okay, well, after the meeting, sir, I will. I mean, if you feel...
Ask them now.
Did you, excuse me. Sir, did you put this letter out?
If I may speak in order, I will answer the question.
You have to go through the
That was
mayor.
put out the Labor Council put out by the lodge. I can testify honestly that it was voted on by a majority of the lodge members and approved. So it wasn't that put out by your local lodge. It's absolutely genuine. Boom!
Okay.
Based on
Mr.
that, and what we
Graham.
talked about in executive session, I think that needs to go forward.
Okay. Dear residents, Mayor Hanks, and board members, this letter comes to you out of unfortunate but regrettable necessity of a vote of no confidence against Mayor David Hanks. The vote was taken by, and this letter is submitted on behalf of the Illinois Fraternal Order for Police, Lodge number 234, the employees represented thereby, the patrol officers and sergeant of the village of Sauk Village. As you are aware, this community continues to work toward recovering from the damage sustained under the previous administration headed by Mayor Lewis Towers and the financial deficiencies this community faces. Your police department has also strived to recover from the mismanagement of the prior administration while at the same time keeping all of you safe. In doing so, the police department has reached a level of professionalism and accountability which, despite past setbacks, extends beyond what is ever accomplished in previous interactions of this department. You are also likely aware that Mayor David Hanks and the current Board of Trustees have made proposals and voted on ordinances which adversely affect the police department and, more importantly, the residents of Sauk Village. The Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge number 234, has grave concerns regarding these proposals and questions whether Mayor Hanks or the Board of Trustees have fully evaluated the consequences of these decisions. Quite frankly, Mayor Hanks appears to have adopted a pattern of behavior that mimics that of Lewis Towers, including demoralizing and alienating the police department while creating an environment that encourages lawsuits by both residents and employees of Sauk Village. The Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge number 234, submits the following facts in support of these statements. Number one, Mayor Hanks is attempting to eliminate Sauk Village Dispatch, presumably under the guise of cost cutting. Mayor Hanks has absolutely no attempt to speak with any individual of the Sauk Village Police Department in order to gauge the impact of this decision or its effectiveness in reducing financial constraints. He has ignored repeated requests to provide financial figures from his chosen contractor, Kurt's Ambulance, and refused to allow the dispatcher's FOP Lodge to submit a competitive bid. These choices will negatively impact the village finance and cause the removal of officers from the street for extended periods of time. Number two, Mayor Hanks and the Board of Trustees currently employ the law firm of Olson and Sturk as their counsel. The employees of the Sauk Village Police Department overwhelmingly question Olson and Sturk's loyalty to the village, whether Olson and Sturk is a good fit for the Sauk Village, or perhaps whether another firm should be retained. How long can a community of this size support an annual legal bill of approximately $700,000? Number three, David Hanks spearheaded an ordinance that created the position of Public Safety Director. This position is to be filled by J.W. Fair, a candidate provided to him by Olson and Sturk. His contract also provides for a part-time administrative assistant at $27,600 annually, a $500 monthly cash car allowance, and a $26,666.67 severance package or golden parachute. Given the village's dire financial condition, where are these funds to be obtained? Mayor Hanks has also proposed the hiring of part-time officers. The applications received for these positions, which to our knowledge has not been advertised, come from very questionable candidates. If hired, these officers would be bound to the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge number 234 contract, and it has been indicated that contract would be ignored. Number four, employees who have filed complaints, lawsuits, or are union representatives have been targeted for termination or retaliation by Mayor Hanks. Likewise, it is clear that hiring part-time officers is an attempt by the village to eliminate its full-time officers via attrition. Number five, the Sauk Village Police Department has been awarded several grants for equipment and supplies, many dating back over 3 years. The village failed to inform the police department about receipt of these grants, and little or none of these grants were actually spent on equipment or supplies. Where did this money go? Due to the above, it is with regret that the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge number 234, and its employees elect to file a vote of no confidence against Mayor David Hanks and the Board of Trustees. Sincerely yours, Illinois FOP Lodge number 234. I just wanted to say one thing in here about the lawyers. I think it was 4 years ago when it was a discrepancy, and the previous administration was getting rid of the law firm that we have now, and they were asked to leave the dais. Mr. McGrath does remember that I asked him to stay right here, have a chair right next to me, and I defended him the whole time. So I just wanted to put that on record. Yes, I did, because at that time, the administration wanted another law firm, and Olson and Sturk prevailed. I just want to make that footnote. Thank you.
Thank you, trustees. As you took the time to read that, I've asked the board for authorization to sue the FOP and Mr. Stopper. That's where it's move forward. Yes. There's no consensus. So we move forward. You got two? All right, I got consensus. Move forward on.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it brought to an actual meeting? That I know that this is a big delegation, I understand that. But I guess I would like to have this discussed in the next executive session. I know that we did discuss parts of this in executive session. Mike? Who can't hear me? I'll talk louder. I know that we discussed this in executive session, parts of this earlier. So So I would like to have this on executive session to let everybody in this board know why we're doing this, and then I'd like to have this voted on in public when this proceeds. Because as I think we were all warned by the attorney that because of what we discussed in executive session, why we shouldn't have read this. I thought I tried to prevent this by stating that every person out here already had a copy, but since we went so far, because you had 2 copies, and one of them was not timestamped, which means you had an original copy, you felt the need to proceed with this, that's awesome. However, this was in violation of what we received back there, so that's why this is happening. So I would just like to make sure that everything we do by this has our I's dotted and our T's crossed. Because I want everybody to know, by doing this, this has just caused a civil war. So everybody out here who's all on Facebook, you guys are gonna ice your fingers tonight, because I'm sure that this is all you're going to be talking about. And I wanted to make sure that everybody knows that this action, the action of, and by civil war, I mean 2 sides fighting against each other. Don't think about, I know race is the biggest topic that we all like to talk about, so this has nothing to do with black and white. I'm talking about the fact that the administration and our top department, our department that gets the biggest portion of our budget, our department that takes care of our citizens, what this just did, continued the divide. That's what I'm saying. And that was the basis of the American Civil War for anybody who would like to look that up. So, what I'm saying is, we need to make sure that when this proceeds, that our I's are dotted, our T's are crossed, and we make sure that nothing else could damage any litigation that we have in the future, and that if it does, I would like the attorney to provide with the board what that can do if one member of the board steps outside of the board's consensus and chooses to be their own person, because as a board, when we make a vote, the board votes. Regardless of what happened, I didn't vote for Kurtz tonight. I want a different company, but we're going with Kurtz because the board made a decision. That's the way you have to be. So once somebody makes a decision that's outside of what the board does, it affects everybody. So I'd like the attorney to give the rest of the board some information on that.
I want to say, Mayor and Mr. McGrath, you have the board here. Why do we have to take a consensus? Why don't you purge the board right now and find out who wants to go forth with suing the FOP? You have the FOP representative here who stated that he didn't do this. So by me,
I testified to the authenticity that the lie, and I'm not a member of the lie. I just testified that it is my knowledge that it was a lie.
Okay, what I'm asking is this. Instead of a consensus, can we take a vote that we go forward? If they want to go forward, that they put it on the record, not a consensus. Then how can you take a consensus? Okay. And then also I want to clarify something. You stated that I got this ahead of time. Just like, whatever you can say, whatever you want to say. But I did get this at the same time you did. Why I got 2 in my box, I have no idea. Why you stated one was timestamped. Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. Why one was timestamped and the other one wasn't, I have no idea. Maybe you should look at the cameras to see what's going on. But all the thing I'm saying is I did get 2, and that's what I said. Now, if you feel that I'm not telling the truth, let's take a apologize. But all I'm stating is I asked to read this because everyone else asked one, so that's all I wanted to do.